Welcome to our video on cellular communication and transport mechanisms. Understanding how cells communicate and transport substances is essential for grasping various physiological processes. Let's explore different types of cellular communication and the mechanisms of substance transport across cell membranes. Paracrine signaling targets cells in the local area. This type of communication is essential for coordinating activities between neighboring cells. Juxtacrine signaling involves communication between adjacent cells that requires close contact. This direct cell-to-cell interaction is crucial for processes like tissue development and immune responses. Autocrine signaling refers to signals that are produced and secreted by a cell that then affect the same cell. This form of communication allows cells to self-regulate and maintain homeostasis. Intracrine signaling involves signals that are produced within a cell and stay within that cell. These signals play a role in regulating intracellular processes. Intercellular communication is vital for physiological mechanisms such as the regulation of homeostasis. Cells need to communicate to coordinate functions and maintain the internal environment. Communication can be either mechanical or biochemical, depending on the signal. Non-ionic diffusion allows lipid-permeable forms of metabolites and drugs to cross the cell membrane without needing transport facilitation. This process is essential for the passive transport of certain substances. Transport across epithelial cell layers occurs in two ways: paracellular, which is between cells, and transcellular, which is through cells. These pathways are crucial for the selective transport of substances in tissues like the intestines and kidneys. Endocytosis is a process by which cells engulf external substances. Phagocytosis involves the extension of the membrane to engulf whole particles, such as bacteria. Pinocytosis involves the ingestion of already dissolved or broken down particles, allowing the cell to take in fluids and solutes. Primary active transport is powered by the direct breakdown of ATP. This process moves ions or molecules against their concentration gradient, requiring energy expenditure. Secondary active transport occurs when metabolic energy has already been used, for example, moving sodium ions against a glucose concentration gradient. This process relies on the energy stored in ionic gradients. Active transport across the cellular membrane moves substances against their concentration gradient, requiring metabolic energy. This mechanism is essential for maintaining cellular homeostasis and function. Filtration is the movement of solvent and small solutes across a membrane. In biological systems, the solvent is typically water and the solutes are substances dissolved in it. This process is crucial for functions such as kidney filtration. Osmotic pressure can be calculated by the concentration of the dissolved compound multiplied by the universal gas constant and the thermodynamic temperature. This pressure drives the movement of water across membranes. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a solution with a high concentration of water molecules to a solution with a low concentration of water molecules through a partially permeable membrane. This process is vital for maintaining cell turgor and fluid balance. Facilitated diffusion requires carrier proteins and is driven by the concentration gradient of the solute. Binding to the carrier protein increases the diffusion rate, allowing substances to move across the membrane efficiently. Understanding these communication and transport mechanisms is crucial for comprehending how cells function and maintain their internal environment. Thank you for watching this video on cellular communication and transport mechanisms. Stay tuned for more educational content on cellular processes and physiological mechanisms.